All right, good evening, Eric Allen.
What's up, Mike Ailes?
Well, I'm going to play a little bit of Heat Signature, I think. All right, good evening, Eric Allen.
Okay.
I can hear myself talk, so I'm going
What's
to
up,
actually
Mike
switch
Ailes?
over to my browser. Play a little bit of the stream.
That's a good idea.
And this is going to be real exciting for the people watching at home. I'm also going to lower the volume of Heat Signature in the mixer. And now we're going to play some Heat Signature. So, this is an early alpha, I think. Well, I don't know how early, but it's an alpha of the upcoming game from Tom Francis, who you may recall as the creator and guy who did almost everything for Gunpoint, which was a game that we thought was really cool. This is a very different game. Let's start this up here. And it's not like a fully developed game at this point either. Click another character to play as them. Do I have any other characters? Doop, doop, doop. So, this is space. Maybe you figured that much out just by looking at it. And this is a game about hijacking spaceships, basically. So, if I zoom in space here, in this pink nebula that I'm in, you can see that I've got like a little tiny shuttle. And this is how you get around and you try and find something to do damage to. So, let's press spacebar to scan for missions. I can rescue an agent. There are two different ships over here I can rescue an agent in. So, pretty simple flying controls. You basically just click the mouse in the direction you want to thrust in. It gets a little bit tricky because you got to try and match speeds with the ships that you're trying to hijack. And it's also a little weird because they show up on your map and they look like they're a certain size, but in fact, they're much, much smaller than they originally appear. So when you zoom in on them, you get some kind of weird effects where you overshoot them and stuff. So this is a really simple, small ship. So there you go.
Rescue agent.
Gonna rescue the agent. So I just docked with the airlock, and then I ran into the ship and I hit this guy with a wrench. So right now I just picked a new agent.
So
I don't
it's
have anything.
System Shock 2.
Well, a little bit. I mean, it's basically Metal Gear Solid, kind of. I don't have much of anything for this character. I just picked a new character. I do not like using the wrench for combat stuff, except that these guys are all... Okay, this guy apparently is already dead or something. Oh, this is my agent, sorry. So if you look, there's another guy patrolling this room in the bottom right corner, and I have no reason at all to go there because this ship was procedurally generated, and so I won't. So I'm going to pick up my agent, and I'm going to carry him to the escape pod. If I wanted to, I could sit in the pilot's chair and fly the ship, but I don't know why I would want to do that right now. I think eventually in the game you get the jobs to hijack certain ships. I just accidentally docked on this thing again. Hold on. And so once you hijack them, you presumably need to fly them back or something. But right now, I need to fly my ship back to my home cluster, and drop off this agent, and that will make me some money.
Okay.
Again, this is an alpha, so the mechanics are in place, and there's some really basic missions that you can do over and over again. But I don't think there's really much progression to it aside from that. So we're just gonna
Just
put
like
random...
the skeleton of a game at this point.
Yeah, I think he just wants like feedback on the different systems. I'm actually supposed to provide feedback for this. So okay, so I just put this guy into like the med bed, and he disappears, and I get money. Your home base ship has a couple of stores where you can get items. So far, I've only seen a few items. There are some hacking tools that let you get into secured doors. There are some guns. Let's see here. I'm going to spend most of my money on a gun. Extreme rapid fire, quiet, unique shotgun. That sounds good.
That's a lot of adjectives.
I've been having trouble so far with the combat in this game. Like, there's something that doesn't really have a very weighty feel to it, and it's kind of like Hotline Miami, but without the super sweet, tight game mechanics of that game. So it's kind of a real crapshoot if I go into a ship, whether or not I'm going to succeed, or what happens a lot of the time is you get knocked out and they pick up your body and they throw you out the airlock. And at that point, you have to switch over to autopiloting your little shuttle ship and attempt to pick up your corpse that is hurtling through space while your unconscious body before it becomes a corpse. There's a brake. I never used the brakes in this
Pretty
game.
tough if you can survive in the vacuum of space.
Presumably you're wearing a spacesuit. Okay, so here's a ship. I don't know when you're going to see it on the stream. This
Those
ship has
bounties.
this ship has a sensor, and it also has a level 1 door. And in fact, I don't have anything to get through level 1 doors, so I think we're not going to be able to get into this one. Yeah, no, this door is locked. You can get a...
Is the sensor the beam of light coming out of the
Yes,
the
so if I
backside
fly
there?
through that, then they're going to see that I'm here, and they're presumably going to shoot missiles at me.
Okay.
Now, there are other kinds of sensors on some of these ships, and they will only detect you if you thrust while you're in their range, which is where the name of this game comes from, Heat Signature.
Ah.
So, space is a big place, and we got all these kind of sweet-looking constellations. Let's see, there's a hijack mission over here. Got 95 seconds before they reach their destination. We can zoom in a little bit and see. Maybe they don't have a secure door.
Shiga, the blooming dahlia.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh,
I
that
don't know
was a
what
little close.
different.
Oh, they almost spotted me there. This one also has a... so you can see this ship has a couple of missile turrets, actually.
Mhm.
So if I was to get spotted by them... Oh, there's a door. There's an unsecured door here.
Do you have weapons on your little car ship that
Not
you can
that I'm
fight
aware
back
of,
with?
no.
Or...
No. So I got a shotgun here. I need to get up there and hijack. There's not a lot of guys between me and there. Oh, but there's a security door. How to get through there? Again.
Also, some kind of a dartboard or roulette wheel up there.
So this guy is standing. Oh, he's got a key card. Yes. Okay.
Ah.
So now I get a key card. I can go through level 1 door. This guy's got a wrench. So I don't want him to get the drop on me because, again, one hit with that thing and I'm down for the count. So let's try sneaking around. Bye-bye. You don't see me. Come over here and hijack the ship, right? So I need to shoot this guy. Okay, there we go.
You have to kill all the guys to
Hold left.
hijack the ships.
All right, so there you go. I steered the ship off course.
Must be not.
Well, I don't know what's gonna happen when these guys maybe realize that I'm flying their ship. Did they just disappear?
I don't know. That's what
No, they're
maybe.
They're
Are they still there?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought maybe when you took over, maybe you like activated some kind of internal defense system, or you're in the right chair, so they just go, "Well, he's the captain now, so
Exactly.
we'll do whatever."
Well,
he
you know,
says."
if you were on this ship, you might not notice if it changed course. You know.
Right. You probably wouldn't in space, right?
I can
Depending
apparently
on how.
order surviving turrets to fire. Oh, look at that! I just fired a bunch of missiles. We are spinning out of control here. So yeah, I don't think there's anything for me to do with this ship now. I tried taking it
Except-
home, I guess.
I was gonna say you just fly it back to your base, or
77 seconds until the ship arrives at an enemy station. You are captured. What? Oh man. 15 seconds until. Oh boy. That's not good. All right, can I get out of here in 15 seconds?
so what's
Gonna be real
happening?
tight.
The ship's on like
1 second.
autopilot or
Oh,
something.
Go. All right, we made it. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever actually taken control of one of these big cargo ships.
Oh,
Again, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do aside from I press spacebar and there are some missions that I can complete.
yeah.
I can rescue an agent. Let's try that.
Yeah, it seems like the hijack mechanic is in there, but there really isn't any point to it at this point.
No. I think that's yet to come. Zoop. So yeah, so I can't get into this ship. I need to find a door hacker item. If I were to go back to my home base, oh, here's another door.
Here, you buy one.
Yeah, you can buy a. What it does is it lowers the difficulty for a door hack by 1. So if it's a level 1 door, then you can kind of brute force your way in. So let's see. We're gonna try and sneak around at least until I get a clear shot on this guy. Oh jeez. Ooh, that was close. They move real fast when they spot you, which I
Mhm.
guess is kind of like Hotline Miami also.
Yeah.
Oh, they heard me. Okay, that's all right. Rapid fire shotgun. All right, I have murdered everyone on this ship. I'm picking up. I guess this is an agent that I need to rescue.
Seems like you could just steal that ship now, right? Or
Well, I could, but I don't know what I'd get out of that.
yeah. I wonder if like at some point you'll like sneak in and hijack a ship to fight other ships with.
I'm not sure,
Or
but
something.
I'm sure that something interesting will happen because Gunpoint had a really good story.
Right. Yeah, this game definitely seems to be in that same vein of having like a fairly simple like macro thing mixed with a fairly simple micro thing that like that was kind of what was interesting about Gunpoint, right? Is that it had character progression and that was pretty kind of okay, and it had a pretty good story and a pretty good action sequences and
Yeah, kind of every bit of it was well designed, but this is
Yeah.
procedurally designed, so
yeah.
that's a little less of a sure thing. I don't know if I've gotten on the record with this, but I'm not a huge fan of procedural generation. All right,
The ships are very strange looking.
yeah. Well, they're made of Tetris blocks, basically.
Yeah.
So I got a couple door bypasses. I can afford to buy all sorts of shit. So get some.
And actually, we played. I don't know if I can't remember if you were there or not, but we played a game with Kurt, a board game one time that was kind of where the ships were very similar to this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like a card
I don't think I've played that.
mechanic game. I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically the same thing where you would get these cards or these pieces, and you would kind of like cobble together a ship made out of different. They just kind of ended up
modules.
looking like this. Yeah, like you could get like a shield module, and then like they were different. They had different connectors on them, so you could only like place certain ones in certain order. But all the ships always ended up coming out looking out a lot like these ships, just like big blocky constructs with like missile launchers and shields in weird places.
I feel like I must have heard of that game, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I can't either.
One little weird detail about your home base ship is that it's different every time you come back to it. So, like, there were guns last time when I first was shopping, and now there are no guns. So,
Looks like there's something underneath you.
well,
There. See what oh, I guess that's the. It's like inside of a planet or something.
it looks like it's inside an asteroid.
Must be,
I
yeah.
think that's just the background. It's so. I mean, at this point, I've futzed around with the basic mechanics, but there's not a whole lot there right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at this crazy big ship. Maybe we can rescue an agent.
Steal it and drive it into the sun. Yeah, there's a lot of blocks. Hijack, 81 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. Those ships just seem to cruise back and forth between stars, following those kind of white lanes that you see. All right, let's try this ship. I have now got a number of door hackers. Door bypass. There you go. All right, use one of those. Got my unique shotgun back on me. So there's a level 1 door there. Oh, level 1 doors all over the place on this ship. So I need to get this guy. Can I even get to him from where I am? Oh, okay, I have to go up
There's
here.
a couple of locked doors.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that many of these things, but if there's... I think I would have to get through 3 doors. And if this guy in the chair here has a key, then maybe I can figure something out.
Does he have that little icon? I think that other guy you killed had like an icon next to him.
Oh, yeah?
Or maybe that was the guy you rescued. Like, it's kind of hard to... Everything kind of looks the same.
It's also really small.
Yeah.
So, bye-bye. What is this?
You picked up some Golovin
I
hollows.
can pick up his body. Oh, keycard. There's a level 1 keycard. Alright,
There you go.
that's good. I can take a standard pistol. You never know when you're going to need a pistol, right? I do like my gun. Okay, so just sneak in here and grab my dude. And no one's supposed to grab the dude, not whatever that was. Alright, and no one will ever know who's here except for that dead guy.
Well, I mean... They'll probably know somebody was there.
Well, no, they're just patrolling their little hallways.
Died of natural causes.
That's right. Naturally died when struck by a shotgun shell. So,
You know what those little round things are down there in the bottom?
those are missile turrets, I think.
Oh.
So if I were to get spotted by a ship, maybe for my next mission, I'll see if I can get in trouble. This guy doesn't seem to have any sensors. Maybe it's because I killed the sensor guy.
Yeah, you killed the captain. Maybe that's where the sensors are located. On the bridge or whatever.
Yeah. So there's a button you can click that will take your ship to a spot on the map and then kind of park it there. But for the most part, you're kind of using this sort of drag to thrust model, which is it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how does that feel? That is actually the thing that looks like kind of the most fun.
I wonder if that's what he started with. You know how a lot of the time you come up with like one thing that you wanna mess with for your game, and then that kind of inspires the rest.
Mm-hmm. Are you playing?
You remember all those times
with
I made
mouse
games?
or D-pad? Or,
Oh yeah, it's
control?
it's a mouse and WASD for sure.
Okay.
So
I could
got
definitely see you getting some like hammer fight kind of like that visceral good feeling you get in hammer fight when you're swinging the mouse around, or like using it to slingshot your ship around would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I'd say that the flying is kind of fun like that, if a little chaotic. I would say that the moving and fighting is kind of not fun, and it's really like I don't like the way you switch weapons and things. I feel like I don't know. There's got to be some way to make it a bit more intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're playing Hotline Miami, you do not take your hands off of the essential controls so that you can switch weapons. You know.
Right. Well, yeah, it should be on the scroll wheel or whatever.
What does this unique pistol have? It doesn't really tell me. I know you can remote control your pod at any time. I know that. I should screw up a mission so that you can see me get thrown out an airlock. All right, let's do some different stuff. Let's see if I can find a ship to shoot at me. Let's see if I can get thrown out of an airlock. I probably can. I'm pretty confident that I can pull that.
Seeing as
off.
that's a fail state, it shouldn't be too hard to achieve.
Not a fail state. It's a thing you've got to recover from. It's an opportunity.
How long do you have? Just a few seconds to rescue
Maybe
yourself?
15 seconds or something like that. My room is buzzing and I don't know what it is. Okay, let's see here. What do we got?
Whole dildo collection just going off all at the same time.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Ugh, just came out of warranty too. They don't have any well, they don't have any sensors, so I don't know what they're gonna do with those gun turrets, but whatever.
They're just nice to have, you know.
Okay, so each of these guys is banning one of the gun turrets. Alright, so boom. Oh, I got shot. Okay, and I'm being picked up, and I'm in space. So now I need to get my ship and go hauling ass after my dude.
Oh man, they fling you fucking far.
Yeah, they weren't super happy with me.
Yeah.
There you go.
They don't just fling you out of the ship, they put you in one of the...
They like decompress you probably.
Yeah. They fire you out of the torpedo bay.
But now I'm fine because
That's cool.
because I managed to get away and get caught up on my ship in time. Don't thrust. Oh, here. Okay. Apparently, there's a ship over here that has sensors. Let's see if I can get shot at by these guys. So bounties, I think, are just kill a dude, or maybe you get more money if you bring them in alive. If you were to hit them with the wrench, you would knock them out as opposed to killing them, just like in real life. All right, so okay, this guy's got a sensor. Let's see if we can trip the sensor and get him pissed off at me. Oops, missed.
Get in there and fuck them up.
Maybe I need to be thrusting. Oh, is that not a sensor?
Looks,
It
it looks like the
it's
tail
very
from the engine, I think.
Hmm.
That dude's really fucking moving, though.
Well, it's space, you know? Like, everything is relative.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to break it to you, but you're hurtling through outer space at, like, thousands of kilometers per second right now.
What?
But it's all relative, man.
Just don't hit the
Maybe you're not
brakes.
moving at all.
We'll be fine.
Okay, here's a great big ship that's got to have some sensors on it, right? Here, fly over there.
You have a pretty sweet space car.
It is totally great, yeah. And you guys are agents, but I don't know what they're agents of. Like, who are we working for? Just people who like to mess some shit up, or?
Agents of Chaos.
All right, here's a whole bunch of lights. Ready? Let's see what happens. Oh, they're shooting missiles at me.
Oh no.
So.
Those sensors are just basically
Oh,
headlights.
Man. Yeah, it caught up with me. My pod was destroyed, and my agent is no more.
Like it's kind of cool how it slows down like that.
Yes.
Do you get another? Do you get another agent? Or...
I have a bunch of agents.
Okay.
And the game gives
Are
you.
they all the
options.
same?
Well, they don't like. I don't. This guy doesn't have any of the sweet stuff that I had earlier.
Oh. Got a cool purple chip car though.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a different style to it. So I don't know what to do now. Like, let's take a trip to somewhere real far away.
Okay.
Hold down F to speed up time. Let's go to a galaxy far, far away, or a constellation anyway.
Yeah, the map is pretty big if you can go all the way across.
Off-world, sleepers. I think these are all like procedurally generated constellations. I guess this is this cluster of 4 systems, and that's kind of it.
It's a lot of space.
Space is big.
Yeah.
Don't know if you heard. So now the question is, if I go completely off the grid, is there anything out here? I think we're alone.
Just a crazy guy that wants to sell you barrels full of fresh water and gas-powered generators for your post-apocalyptic bunker.
Oh man, I'm gonna go back because at some point, if you get far enough away, I don't think there's any way to know where you're from. So let's check out the action in Sleepers. It's starring Tom Hanks.
No. Sleepers, I always get it confused. There is a Sleepers. I always think of the Woody Allen movie called Sleeper.
It's not Sleeperless in Seattle.
No, yeah, that's something totally different. Sleeper is like one of the few Woody Allen movies that I actually like. It's like his romantic comedy, neurotic, whatever, mixed with a cheesy sci-fi movie.
So I don't know if you saw, but I was just boarding a ship that has sensors. Oh, great! I went to a lot of trouble to board this ship, and it has a level 1 locked door that I can't get through.
Fantastic.
But yeah,
are the ships different? I mean, I guess they still kind of look the same.
You mean my ship or the
no,
enemy ships?
the enemy ships.
Yeah,
I thought maybe there would be like a different race or something in this
not as far as I can tell. Oh, there's an unlocked door over here. Let's try this.
Far corner of the galaxy. He's got some kind of a shield around him.
That's the detection sphere.
Oh, that's okay.
So that's where I'm not allowed to use my thruster in that space. Oh, I got shot. They're saying
Sleepers is Kevin Bacon, Robert De Niro,
Kevin
Dustin
Bacon,
Hoffman,
of
and
course.
Brad Pitt. So
I've been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kevin Bacon's wife is in that show.
Mrs. Bacon? I don't know who Kevin Bacon's wife is.
I forget what her name is. She's pretty good, though.
Probably better than Kevin Bacon.
Alright, so these guys know I'm here. And
Oh, is
they're
that
just coming into my pod?
Is that show good?
I really like it. I wouldn't say it's always good. It can be dumb or cheesy sometimes, but I find that the characters are really
pretty good.
Well, yeah, I don't know exactly how to say it. Like, they got heart.
Okay.
All the characters have just like enough depth. It's more. It kind of transcends being just kind of a simple sitcom. Like, there's a little bit of continuity, and the characters have a little bit of depth, and like, even though the show focuses a lot on Andy Samberg's character, he's not always portrayed as being just like this, super awesome guy who's always right about stuff.
It's kind of like a Scrubs kind of a thing.
I haven't seen Scrubs, but maybe.
Scrubs kind of had something similar to that, where it was very solidly a sitcom, but the characters were all pretty likable. There was like a broad continuity, although it didn't necessarily carry from one episode to the next.
Yeah. So I watched the first couple of seasons on Netflix. It became like my show that I'd watch when I was like ironing clothes or something like that.
Yeah.
And eventually I found myself like there'd be nights where I'd watch 4 episodes in a row. And it's like, I think I'm actually enjoying it. They got some good running gags.
Yeah, you don't like with TV. You don't necessarily always want something that's super challenging.
No, and there's a lot of really challenging TV out there these days.
I know.
My space car is filled with like 100 corpses. I don't even know what to do with these guys now. They're giving me their wrenches. That's great. Drop guard. Oh, they all have names.
Do they?
Yeah, I'm holding Gunnar Forestier. That's a French name. All right. But we're going to deliver
You were in French
Karen
space.
Bauer
Uh-huh.
to this medbed here. Get some more cash. I feel like we may or may not have seen kind of what there is to see in this current alpha.
It'll be interesting to check back in when it actually comes out.
Yeah. Right.
There has to be there has to be some kind of there has to be some kind of advantage to hijacking ships and
yeah, well, with a bit of, with a good
agents
story, a bit of mission structure, I think and maybe a few more mechanics in the ships. Like they include those things that you can explode in the ships, but that then suck. They create a big vacuum in the ship, so it's like, well, I don't have any good reason to want to do that at this point. But maybe if they gave me one, it would be kind of fun. Like maybe you have to do that to make it look like the ship exploded because of some internal damage, but then you have to somehow survive also. I don't know. There's potential here, but this is the early sketch of a game.
So how'd you get your hands on that? It was just like
I don't remember exactly. I think at one point after playing Gunpoint, I went to check out his website, and there was like a link where it was like, hey, if you want to get news about the upcoming games, or if you want to be subscribed on to the beta test the new game, then put your email address in here. And I did, and then 2 years later, I got an email.
Cool.
Yeah. So. But I think that's about all I got to show for this one. So I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to
No, not really.
Or show off, or maybe we'll just call it
a night. Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Sorry. It was interesting. I really liked Gunpoint. I thought that was a really great game. So
I agree. My favorite game that year that I played, anyway.
Hopefully this comes together and manages to have some of that sort of same charm, and they really needs to do something with the that overhead run and gun stuff. Needs some work.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe that wasn't the first priority. Maybe you want to get the universe up and running, or maybe it's never going to be much more, and all the additional depth will be in other places.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's functional the way it is, but I definitely would like to see a bit more fluidity and a bit more bigger move set for your character. I do kind of like the way he animates when he swings the wrench. It looks like it's all just 2D cutouts that are stacked on top of each other with this kind of a fun momentum to it.
Hammer fight.
But I mean, I don't know. Having played Hyper Light Drifter,
on release date or anything?
I don't think so. I mean,
just take a look at this thing I'm working on.
He's almost a one-man studio, and I think Gunpoint did pretty well. So as far as I'm aware, this guy can take his time, and certainly would be better off taking an extra year or two to make this into something pretty good, as opposed to kind of torpedoing his name with an uncrappy product.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That was Heat Signature, and I guess this is going to be the end of the shortest On the Stick After Dark stream ever.
Sure, everybody will be very disappointed.
So you have a good night there, Eric, and I'm going to shut it
just
down.
Briefly looked at this video game.
That's right. A brief look, if you will.
Yeah, a brief peek.
Yeah.
Sure, everybody will be very disappointed.
So you have a good night there, Eric, and I'm going to shut it
just
down.
Briefly looked at this video game.
That's right. A brief look, if you will.
Yeah, a brief peek.
All right, good.